Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English news of Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Binh Phuoc with the latest news for today. Binh Phuoc striving to fully complete administrative reform plan. 4 groups to receive health insurance support. Vietnam regards Japan as important long-term partner, Deputy Prime Minister. Vietnamese still a firm position in world markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairwoman of the Binh Phuoc Provincial People Committee, who also heads of the Provincial Administrative Reform Steering Committee, has called for enhanced leadership and responsibility in directing and implementing thought in administrative reform. Her directive aims to further promote such effort, contributing to increasing satisfaction levels among citizens and organizations.
The chairwoman urged heads of departments and agencies, as well as district, town, and city leaders, to allocate sufficient resources to carry out administrative reform tasks. She emphasized the importance of proactively researching, piloting, and expanding new and effective reform models that are appropriate in scope and authority. Regular surveys on satisfaction levels among citizens and organizations regarding services provided at one-stop shops and online should be conducted to ascertain public sentiment and promptly address any issues, thereby improving satisfaction and performance indices. Binh Phuoc aims to improve its ranking by 5 to 7 places this year in regard to public service and civil servant reform. The province will collaborate with agencies, units, and localities to fully complete the administrative reform plan.
The Binh Phuoc Department of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs is seeking feedbacks on a draft resolution outlining the levels of health insurance support for certain groups in the province in the 2024-2025 period.
Under the draft, in addition to the government support, the province will also cover 30 to 64% of health insurance premiums for 4 groups as follows. Near poor households, as defined in Government Decree No. 7 from 2021, will receive 30% support. Ethnic minorities in households involved in agriculture, forestry and fisheries with average living standards are located outside of particularly difficult socio-economic areas as per the Prime Minister's Decision No. 861 from 2021 and comments in difficult or especially difficult areas recognized as meeting new rural standards will receive 64% support. Individuals in households involved in agriculture, forestry and fisheries with average living standards are located outside of the particularly difficult socio-economic areas as per the Prime Minister's Decision No. 861 from 2021 and comments in difficult or especially difficult areas recognized as meeting new rural area standards will receive 60% support. Ethnic minorities living in Zone 2 and Zone 3 communes and particularly difficult villages in ethnic minority and mountainous areas during 2016 to 2020, which are no longer listed in Zone 2 and Zone 3 as particularly difficult areas in 2021 to 2025 under the Prime Minister's Decision No. 861 will receive 30% support. This includes comments recognized as meeting new rural area standards. Support will be provided from the date the resolution is passed until December 31st, 2025, based on the actual period of insurance participation.
The program to build 1 million social housing units directed by the Prime Minister had initially helped workers in industrial parks around Binh Phuoc province out their own homes and settle down for the long term. With support from investors and preferential capital allocated in a timely manner, the program had provided solid support to low-income individuals in need of housing.
From 2020 to 2024, the Binh Phuoc branch of the Vietnam Bank for Social Policies provided loans for 346 customers for home purchase and construction, with outstanding loans totaling over $5.5 million. This includes loans for 71 workers to purchase social housing, with outstanding loans nearing $920,000. Social housing projects within the 1 million social housing unit program in Binh Phuoc have increased the opportunities for low-income earners to buy and build homes, thus contributing to attracting and returning workers and boosting local socio-economic development.
Deputy Prime Minister Lê Minh Khái conveys Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính invitation for his Japanese counterpart to visit Vietnam at the earliest opportunity.
Vietnam consistently regards Japan as an important and long-term partner, Deputy Prime Minister Lê Minh Khái told Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio at their brief meeting on May 23 as part of his working visit to Japan to attend the 29th Future of Asia Forum in Tokyo. At the meeting, Khái expressed his wish that the two nations will further work together to effectively implement their recently established comprehensive strategic partnership. Kishida affirmed his commitment to further promote the substantive and effective development of the bilateral partnership across all fields in the time to come. Earlier the same day, the Deputy Prime Minister received President of the Japan International Cooperation Agency Tanaka Akihiko. Khái proposed Japan consider providing new ODA loans to Vietnam with more favorable lending conditions and simplified procedures, possibly in the form of budget support, to help the Southeast Asian country carry out its large-scale strategic infrastructure development projects. Tanaka affirmed that JCAR wishes to further the joint work in quality infrastructure projects in line with Vietnam's needs and legal regulations.
According to Insider, exporters should further strengthen trade connection and improve the quality of their goods to sustain export growth to China, as this is no longer a linear market.
According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, in the first quarter of 2024, import and export activities to China, Vietnam's largest trading partner, continued to show a positive recovery. Vietnam's exports to the country hit an estimated $12.68 billion, up 5.2%, ranking second after the US, while spending $29.4 billion on imports from China, up 24.4% year-on-year. It helped maintain China's position as Vietnam's largest import market. Last year, two-way trade reached some $171 billion, accounting for over 25% of Vietnam's total import-export turnover. China consistently maintains its position as Vietnam's largest importer of fruits and vegetables with 14 key agricultural exports, marking up 61.5% of the Southeast Asian nation's total fruit and vegetable export turnover. Other contributors to the turnover of Vietnam's exports to China include computers, electronic products, mobile phones and cameras, camcorders, and components, machinery, equipment, spare parts, and processed foods.
The steel industry has affirmed its position by reaching the top 12 in the world in terms of crude steel production. Not only is the production output growing rapidly, but Vietnamese steel products are also gradually become more diverse, according to the Vietnam Steel Association.
Since 2015, Vietnam's steel industry has developed into one of the leading manufacturers in ASEAN in terms of production and sale of finished steel products. In 2023, it also ranked 12th globally in crude steel production, with an output of 20 million tons. In recent years, businesses have strongly invested in modern technology, improved product quality and expanded export markets. The maintenance of an annual output growth rate of 10 to 15% has demonstrated the industry's strength and development potential. The diversity of products has helped the industry supplement the missing product ranges, meet domestic demand and improve its position in Southeast Asia. Thanks to these efforts, Vietnam's steel sector has affirmed its increasingly important role in the world's steel industry. Investment in large and modern steel projects has boosted the crude steel production capacity and attracted interest from key industries such as mechanical engineering, construction, and defense.
And that's all for the news today. Thank you for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.